think we're live.
Yeah. I got my face. I don't have any makeup.
This is public, is it?
Yeah. Is it you?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, you're gone. Can I just quickly do the make? Do you think?
I don't think so.
You can talk a bit.
No.
No. We have to see like here. I think so. Close. Maybe too close. Do you think?
That's fine.
Here? No. Maybe I need to come more here. You come middle. Your current live stream is like this. How can I see this? 안녕하세요, 여러분. Hello, guys.
안녕하세요. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. 퍼스님. 잘 찾아오셨군요. 여기 어떻게 보이지? So you can ask any questions in English if you like.
Hello, Fort. How are you?
You can see the camera is there. This is
comments here.
I see. Hi. Can you read that?
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Lawrence is my name.
Yes. Hello. 캐리님 안녕하세요. 어제 물었던 거 뭐였죠? 네, 물어보셔도 돼요. It looks like you're crying or something.
Someone said it looks like I'm crying.
He looks so young. How old do you think he is? Can you guess?
So guess my age.
3 years old. 3.
It's close.
거래 좀 맞췄었나? 안 맞추는 게 낫나? What do you think?
It's a bad guess.
I think his age is 35 and 33 is close. 젊어 보인다고 그랬잖아요.
I was 33 this month. My birthday was 5th of May, so it's 33.
그 만 나이로 32?
I'm 33 now.
33. 만 나이로 33세. 23.
No.
만 나이로 33. He was born 1989. very young. Yes. Forrest님, I have questions. Is there a noble occupation in Ireland?
Occupation in Ireland.
Occupation, yeah.
So she is asking, is there a job
You
that
can say more clearly. And
she's asking, is there a job that kind of everyone wants to work at?
Mm-hmm.
I think very similar to Korea, really. You know, I think doctor, solicitor, maybe accountant, civil service, you know, all those kind of professions. Then there's some big companies in Ireland as well. There's a lot of American companies there. A lot of the big American companies have a base in Ireland, so there's big employment because of that as well.
I think Forrest님, the question point is like, is there something like a low level job and high level job and something like that?
Yeah, so I suppose probably like everywhere as well, you know, like cleaners and what else, you know, stuff like that. People working in shops, all that kind of stuff. Those kind of jobs, people wouldn't really be, you know, wouldn't really want to get into. And what ends up happening is because Ireland is in Europe, a lot of people can travel freely for work in Europe. So a lot of people from maybe poorer countries might move to Ireland and maybe take up those jobs that aren't really as desired as the, you know, professions and the big companies and all that.
Yes.
And the civil service as well.
좀 알아들으셨을까요? 우선 very young. Did you find the hole from which box in? Oh, we didn't.
I think the window was closed the wrong side. It was closed on the wrong side. So there was a little gap.
A little bit. A little bit. They understood a little bit.
Oh, so someone asked the spelling of my name. So my name is spelled Laurence. But it sounds like Lawrence. That's the way I pronounce it. Some people say Larry for short. But I pronounce it Lawrence, but some people will pronounce it Lawrence. But,
W, L-A.
Yeah. It can be spelled with a W or a U, Laurence, Laurence. But
could you speak a bit slowly, please?
Sorry.
So I will try again. 저 캐리님 라렌스는 그거는 지금 영국식에서 라렌스 그거 많이 쓰고요. 이 라렌스는 LAU 스펠링이고, 그 다음에 프랑스님 직업 귀천에 대해서는 그쵸. 똑같이 사람들이 모두가 하고 싶어하는 job. Everybody wants to get a job, like doctor, solicitor, lawyer, 변호사, 어제 말씀드린 것처럼 그런 건데, 또 on the other hand, cleaners, 그런 거 우리랑 좀 똑같이 그런 거는 별로 하고 싶어하지 않아하고, 그런 거 있죠. 제가 그 영상에서도 말씀드렸던 것처럼 care, personal care assistant 이런 거, 그런 거 사람들이 하고 싶어하지 않은 거를 지금 이해해서, 지금 유럽에서 많이 일을 얻고 싶어한다는 게, 유럽에도 many East European country, East European,
yeah.
For example, like Slovenia, Slovakia,
Latvia, Lithuania, Poland. A lot of Polish people in Ireland.
그런 나라에서 많이들 와요. 아일랜드, 영국. 그러니까 더 물가가 높은 나라로, 왜냐면 유럽 내에서는 자유롭게 이동이 가능하고 일을 할 수 있으니까. 거주 비자를 받거나 이런 절차가 하나도 없잖아요. 그래서 근데 제가 몇 년 전에 영국에서 일할 때 폴란드가 월급이 300 몇 파운드라고 했던 것 같아요. 그러면 한 50만 원, 60만 원이었나? 한 달 평균 월급이 그런데 그러면은 2배 이상이 훨씬 더 높잖아요, 영국에서. 그래서 그 영국에서 빡세게 일하고 가고 약간 그런 동유럽인들 많았거든요. 그래가지고 지금 그 얘기를 했던 거였어요. 그래서 그렇게 사람들이 별로 하고 싶어 하지 않는 잡들은 그런 국가에서 와서 많이 채워지고 있고, 아일랜드에서. 그런 식으로. 그래서 직업 귀천이, 네, 우리나라도 여기에 이제 동남아에서 좀 많이 들어와 있잖아요. 그런 거랑 거의 비슷해요. 그리고, yes. He will try to speak slowly. And, I guess bugs is attached in your clothes.
Oh, maybe she means when you come inside, it comes onto your clothes.
Maybe because it was yellow. Because of the color. I'm not sure. Lawrence. 네, 캐리님 Laurence. 네, 그거 맞아요. 그 스펠링 맞아요. 그리고 actually 완득이님 so was asking for essential grammar news and also studying for movie like shadowing or script. Yeah.
So For Earth asked, can I speak Korean? No, I know the alphabet and I'm learning more vocabulary, but I'm just really learning now at the moment.
Only alphabet, 한글. He
knows. And some words.
Some words, for example, like child.
I, 우유.
Milk.
안녕하세요. 감사합니다.
That's about it, I suppose.
그러니까.
제가 막 통화하거나 사람들이랑 말할 때 엿듣다가 그러니까 그런 거 막 엿듣고 말해요. 갑자기 가만히 막 있다가 씁니다. 라렌스입니다. 막 이런 거 해요. 완득이님, 마음이 급하면 우선 조금 안 되는 것 같고요. 근데 그 심정은 이해가 돼요. 빨리 실력이 늘고 싶잖아요. 그죠? 그래서 마음은 너무너무 이해가 되는데 언어는 천천히 약간 습득, 받아들이는 과정이 필요하기 때문에 네, 에센셜 그거랑 영어 스크립트 같이 공부하는 거 잘 하고 계신 것 같아요. 거기에서 그 문법 책에서 나온 게 다시 한번 어떻게로든 적용이 되는 거를 보시면 정말 좋은데 근데 아마 완득이 님도 영어로 말을 잘 하고 싶어서 영어를 공부하는 거지 않을까요? 그러면 스크립트뿐만 아니라 말하는 연습을 같이 꼭 해주셔야 될 것 같아요. 영어 스크립트도 우선 내 머릿속에 넣는 거고 그래머 인 유즈도 내가 머릿속에 넣는 과정을 하는 거잖아요. 근데 이걸 이제 밖으로 내는 연습을 해주셔야 영어 실력이 늘 거예요. 그리고 제가 평균적으로 보면 내가 실력이 진짜 딱 전이랑 비교해서 늘었구나 이렇게 느끼기까지는 그렇게 그 말하는 것까지 같이 연습했을 때는 4-5개월 적어도. 근데 이렇게 4-5개월 했다고 완전히 막 원어민처럼 잘해진다 그런 건 아니고 그냥 실력이 그 눈에 좀 띄게 변화하는 게 그 정도 걸릴 것 같아요. 그리고 네 조금 한 3-4개월 하다가 안 되는 것 같은데 그리고 때려치고 다시 기초로 돌아가서 또 조금 하다가 때려치고 그거를 반복하죠. 그래서 그 순간을 정말 넘으면 네 성공하실 거예요. 캐리님, I would like to hear your opinion when your wife does your haircut first time. 이거 물어보시는.
Yeah, so the first time that Sojung did my haircut, we planned to record it on video, and after about half an hour, we realized this isn't good idea to record this because it was very difficult.
And he was so annoyed.
I was trying to describe how to cut my hair, but Sejong had different ideas. So the first time was very difficult, but Sejong learned how to do it well, and I think in the end, you cut my hair probably for every time for a year and a half, 2 years.
I don't know.
Yeah, so she got used to doing it, and I think I only got my hair cut from someone else when I came to Korea in January.
Please upload it. I think you will cry. 곧 지워버렸어요. Delete it. 약간 서로 그러니까 신경이 날카로워져 막 짜증, annoyed. He was annoyed. 그래서 저도 막 짜증 나가지고 이거 막 때려쳐. 약간 이런 분위기여가지고 지워버렸어요 그냥.
I just remember that you got the electric trimmers, and normally with a man's hair you go like this up, but you were going like this.
다리가 어떻게 쓰는지 몰라가지고 원래 이렇게 올려야 되는데 제가 그런 걸 제가 어떻게 알겠어요. 네, 증거 인멸입니다. 그래서 근데 결국에는 괜찮았어요. How was the first impression in Korea? First name. First impression.
First impression of Korea, I had to go into quarantine in January, and I think I just found it relaxing, really, to go into quarantine. And then I'd heard a lot about Korean culture from Sojung before coming to Korea, so I knew what to expect. And I definitely am impressed with the country, how fast everything is. I like the weather, and I like the spicy food. So I like Korea. I think it's good.
저한테 이미 많이 들어가지고 he heard a lot about Korea before he came. So he knew a lot of things already. And he loves Korean food. Like your favorite food is?
Favorite fruit, like tteokbokki kind of thing, isn't it?
떡볶이. 매운 거 좋아해요. 불닭볶음면 저보다 더 잘 먹고.
Learned about cutting hair.
And first, so how? 그래서 그냥 되게 빠른 대중교통 되게 막 그냥 버스 지나갔는데 또 오고 막 그런 거 있잖아요. Fast country, developed country, weather. We're very enjoying the weather, hot weather. 5주 동안 이렇게 살면서 가장 해를 많이 쬐는 기간 같다고. The longest days you ever had the sun.
Yeah, definitely. Because in Ireland there's always rain.
not always, but
like even when there is good spell of weather, it could be 3 weeks. That's very rare, and then it normally rains very heavy. But here, we've been here 5 weeks, and it's only rained a little bit at night time, and it's very unusual for me.
그렇죠. 그리고 I wonder what do you think about happiness? A very philosophy question. Happiness?
Yeah, that's a tricky question. I'm just trying to think. I think it's when you're doing something like a hobby that you like, and you feel yourself improving, you feel you're good at it. And but yeah, I think it's kind of hobbies, like you're playing sport or this kind of thing. I think I'm happy when I'm doing something like that.
When you do your hobby, you feel
Yeah,
happy.
I think so.
I see.
Or exercise. I think.
Exercise.
Yeah.
Just in general. Yeah. Kelly님, you already learned from YouTube. You should know it because guys also think hair is important. I see. 이거 저한테 하는 소리죠?
I remember we looked at some YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But
actually,
it turned out
there was a guy who's doing like this.
It turned out the videos on YouTube were different to the haircuts that I always got. They had a different technique, and it just looked more complicated. It looked like these guys on YouTube were really well trained and they had this really fancy technique. But when I normally go to the hairdressers or to the barbers, it's normally just plain the usual haircut. So I think it was overcomplicated on YouTube. It was tricky to find something that was more basic to do.
They're my students. 동진, Teha is here also. Hi, Sojong and Lawrence.
How's Teha?
How's Teha? How's Dongjin? Dongjin is working, so he can't join it. Yeah, that's shame. 열심히 일하세요. 다음 기회에 저희는. 그래서 진짜 근데 이렇게 옆으로 깎았다니까요. 유튜브에서 이렇게 빛 대고 이렇게. 그래서 저도 그거 따라하려고 하니까 막 싫어가지고 그랬어요. 포레스님, I love spicy food too. 그렇군요. You crushed on her at first time? It's a question for you, I think.
Yeah, I think you've probably told the story of how we met,
really.
have you?
No.
Okay.
So does it mean yes or no?
Well, we spent a long time in the car. You
yes.
remember? We went to a football match. So we spent a long time talking.
I also want to know your love story. Love story, okay. It really is. I feel the happiness whenever I listen to old music, like 80s, 90s pop song. This is Taeyong. Do you remember?
Yes. That's
Hi,
good.
Taeyong.
Hopefully I gave a good answer to a very hard question, I think.
I'm all right. How are you? Taeha.
Taeha. Yeah, I'm good, Taeha. I saw you had a good time at the Man City game. That looked great. I was watching it here in Korea at about, what was it, like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it looked like an unbelievable game.
왜냐면 이거 he cannot read Korean name.
No, I don't know.
So that's like this is Taeha. That in Korean.
I can see it when you point it out, but I didn't realize before.
Love story. Do you guys want to hear it?
I think we're better not to go into too much detail.
He doesn't like it. 별로 그 얘기하는 거 안 좋아하더라고요. 만약에 하면 저희끼리 다시 해야 될 것 같아요. 한국말로.
And Taeha as well. I've seen you're doing a lot of traveling in Europe. So that's great to see as well.
인스타. 인스타 팔로우 해가지고.
Yeah.
I never feel the happiness at all these days.
That's not good.
That's not good. I was wondering, so what's happiness for you, Carrie-님? What is happiness? 태하. Yeah, that was insane. I decided to support City. Manchester.
I can't remember who you supported before that. So I don't know. I don't know how easily you change your club.
태학은 서포터 원래 없었지 않아요? 그냥 좋은 게임 찾아다녔잖아요. He was just going for the best game.
Yeah, very good idea.
바리깡을 영어로 뭐라고 하나요? What is the tool for this cutting your hair like this?
It's an electric trimmers.
Trimmers.
Trimmers, yeah.
Trimmers.
Or clippers.
Clippers.
Electric clippers, maybe.
Clippers, electric clippers, trimmers. Trimmer, maybe. What's the name of the electric device that cut your hair with weird sound? Oh, that's very good description, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. 이게 뭔 단어인지 모를 때 이렇게 설명하는 거는요 정말 좋아요. 네. When we go back to Ireland. When are you going back to Ireland?
Yeah, so we're going to stay here until at least August, and we have to decide in August. So we can stay longer, but we'll make up our mind. We're not sure at the moment.
Yeah, we are not sure at the moment. At least until August, this August. And we will think about it, what to do. Yeah, we will make up our mind. 네, 아직 안 정했어요.
What did Teha say there?
Yeah, that's right. He was cheering. He was supporting Sony. And then he just stayed.
Sonny did really well to win the Golden Boot. And he looks... I think everyone in England is looking at Sonny, how good a player he is. And he is playing in Seoul next Thursday against Brazil. But we couldn't get tickets.
We couldn't get tickets. He's still like asking me, can you have a look? Ticket. I keep saying that we cannot get it. Make up my mind. 네, 정하다. 마음을 정하다. Very good. Yes. 맞아요. 그리고 happiness is the thing which makes my heart warm. Yeah. 저는, in my opinion, I don't try to make happiness as a really big deal, because when you pursue happiness, you actually don't. You just pursue that things and then you don't enjoy the process, in my opinion. So I don't, rather than just seeking for happiness, I think you just live your life just day by day, and maybe just make a moment something you can enjoy, something you can love. Pursue, 추구하다.
Pursue.
Pursue.
P-U-R. Isn't it P-U-R?
P-U-R-S-U-E?
I think so. Yep.
그냥 행복이라는 것 자체를 되게 뭔가 대단한 것처럼 보면서 그거를 추구만 하면 왠지, 그래서 우리가 지금 약간 희생이라는 거를 하는 것도 내가 이것만 하면 행복할 거야. 이것만 하면 내가 좋아질 거야. 약간 이렇게 생각을 하면서 살면 그 순간순간을 오히려 놓치고 사는 것 같아서 저는 막 그냥 최종적인 행복에 대해서 별로 그런 게 없는 것 같아요. moment fleeting님. I love Ireland. I was impressed by your independence movement from British Empire. Oh.
Yeah, that's good. That's interesting to know that someone has read about Irish history. So that's good. I think some people can be confused. We talked to people, Korean people, and they thought that they didn't realize that Ireland was part of Britain and then got independence. They thought that Ireland was its own country and then lost Northern Ireland, which wasn't really true. We were all part of the UK, and then we fought back and became an independent country. So yeah, that's interesting to know that someone has read about Irish history. So,
Do you like history? moment fleeting님. 역사를 좋아하시나 봐요. 아일랜드 역사도 알 정도로. And these days, I try to find new habit to find new happiness. At first, losing my way for health, body, and mind.
Yeah, it's very important to be healthy, isn't it?
Yeah.
To lose weight and be healthy, but you just do it gradually. You know it's going to take time, so just take your time.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, health is very important, and then most of us, we just take guarantee, like we take the guarantee. 당연한 것처럼 생각하죠. Until you lose something, until you realize
what you had.
So, yeah, that's very important. And body and mind. Mind is really important as much as physical. Yeah, that's very good point. Thea. All right. I heard it's really hard to get the ticket. Yeah, the ticket. I will go to the wedding today and listen to it while preparing. Oh,
you're going to a wedding. That's great. That's good. Is that on the day of the match or today? I'm not sure.
It's today, I think.
Today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go to the wedding today. Yeah.
That's good. And just another thing for Teha, and talking about football. I think with Teha, you going to the UK, you've probably realised how big football is with the culture in England and the UK. And I think having an interest in football has probably helped you get to know more about the culture in the UK. So I wonder if you think the same. And it's nice to hear that you're going to a wedding there too. So you're really getting involved in the culture.
알아들었겠죠? 태학은? But he's preparing, so he's busy.
Oh, sorry. Take your time. No panic.
Yeah. 그 영국 축구가 굉장히 그 영국 문화에 정말 큰 부분을 차지를 하고 있는데, 그래서 그런 거를 쫓아다니고, 근데 지금 웨딩 간다고 하는 거 보니까 또 굉장히 그 문화에 잘 적응을 해서 살고 있는 것 같다고, 보기 좋다는 뭐 그런 얘기였어요. Whose wedding is it? Is it the British friend or? Thank you. Island history is similar to Korean history. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've heard like Korea described as like Ireland in Asia.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was an article like that,
Yeah.
I think. 네. 아일랜드에서 신문 기사로 아시아의 아일랜드 이러면서 한국 기사를 소개한 거를 한번 본 적이 있었어요. 그만큼 역사가 비슷하다고 비교를 하면서 그런 게 나왔거든요. That's right.
Yeah, and both Ireland and Korea have a big connection with America, the United States as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, similar like that as well.
Big connection to America as well. And Karen님, I lose 6 kilogram in 20 days. Does it mean I'm going to or I lost. 지금 빼려고 하는 건가요? 아니면 뺀 건가요?
I think when you try to lose weight, because I'm trying to
I
lose
lost.
weight now because I was studying for exams, and when I study, sometimes I don't exercise
Lost.
as much, and so I gained weight, and now I'm trying to lose it. But I think it's more important that you take your time and focus on your long-term health. I think it's more important because if you get the right habits, your weight is gradually going to come down. So I think you don't really have to have a competition about losing weight. I think just focus on the right habits and monitor your weight, and I think gradually it will come right. I think sometimes having weight on is a little bit like, you talk about the mind has to be healthy as well. And sometimes if you are not thinking right, there's inflammation and you end up gaining weight. So I think you have to think right, you have to pace yourself, and just think about your long-term health rather than a competition to lose weight.
대충 요약을 하자면 it's not a competition to someone else, or who has better body or something like that. It's really about your own journey, own health. 네, 익딩님, hi. 네, welcome. That's right. Today we are doing the live in English and a bit of Korean, both. And I love, who's this person? Do you know? Isha Collins?
Where is this? Sorry, Michael Collins. Oh, yes. The problem is, it's to do with our independence. Problem is, I'm not too interested in history, so I learned some in school, but I've forgotten a lot. So I can't really talk too much about our history, but I know the general idea or story of our history.
I see. Yeah, must be important person in the history, right? And then Carrie lost 6 kilograms and then planning to lose 10 kilograms more. Wow. Don't overdo it. Just 너무 무리하지 말고 그냥 네. 태영, what is your MBTI? 소장 and Lawrence, because MBTI is very big thing in Korea. 사실 외국인들은 관심이 없어요. Foreign people, they are not really interested in MBTI.
I don't know what that is.
But actually you've done it. I think I make you do it.
Is that on our scale? What's
MBTI 전혀 뭔지 몰라요. It's like a personality test.
Okay.
There are 16 categories. You've done it.
Yeah, I can't remember what I got.
I remember that. 혹시 저희의 MBTI 맞춰볼까요? 그러면 Can you guess our MBTI? 외국인들은 그런 거에 정말 관심이 없거든요. 그래서 제가 한번 궁금해서 해보라고 했어요. 우리 돌아다니는 거 있잖아요. 근데 참고로 저는 해외 생활을 하면서 MBTI가 많이 바뀐 사람이고, 라렌스는 그냥 딱 전형적인.
What do you say? What's that?
I'm just talking about this MBTI. I make you do it, but my MBTI is changed. So I ask people to guess. It's like I and E, introvert, extrovert, and S is, what is S? S SNN?
We can go back to it if you can't
Something
remember.
like,
Yeah, we'll get back to that question.
yeah.
So what's next?
Teha, personally, I understood. Wow.
That I'm
He
guessing
could
that's
understand
about the
everything.
football.
Yeah. Every time I watch football, I wanted to break into the stadium. Today's wedding is British, but its original nationality is Pakistan.
Okay. Yeah, and actually, there's a lot of Pakistani people in Ireland as well. There is a few towns even in the west of Ireland where there's less people, and it's known for having a lot of Pakistani people. And I worked with a Pakistani person in my first job.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have a different culture as well, with their religion and fasting and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a mosque, isn't it? They have a mosque in that town.
Yeah.
And,
so wedding in Pakistan. Are you going to Pakistan, Teha?
No, I don't think so.
Look at this.
What?
Wedding in Pakistan.
No. Oh, Teha, thanks for changing your name, especially for me.
I'm Teha. Very kind. Yeah, and wedding in Pakistan. Are you going to Pakistan? English country people are possible communicate at whenever. I wonder how the feeling when you go abroad. I really want to know it because I envy of that. So English speaking country people, they have possibility to communicate whenever they want, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was wondering how the feeling is like.
Yeah, it's that is very true. Like even here in Korea, you see some signs are in English as well. And yeah, it's one of probably the most universal language. I'd be thinking most commonly
that's international
used language. Yeah. So yeah, I think a lot of people who are from, say, the UK, from English speaking countries, they take a lot for granted in terms of language, and they don't really bother. They're a bit lazy, I think. I think we're a bit lazy in terms of learning different languages. And when they go abroad, usually they find these holiday places where the same, say like they go to Lanzarote, Gran Canaria, these particular places where they're not going to have to use any different language. So they're a bit lazy. Not everyone, but I think overall, compared to what they should be, a little bit lazy and take things for granted.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I think. But yeah, it is good to know that usually wherever you go, that you're going to be able to find your way around. So
yeah, they don't have any problem. Normally, they don't have any problem to communicate with any other people abroad in the world. But so that's why they get lazy to learn any new languages. 굉장히 영어 다 할 줄 아니까 굳이 다른 언어를 배울 필요가 없고, 그죠? 그리고 만약에 홀리데이를 가더라도 그러니까 잉글리시 스피킹 하는 사람들이 주로 가는 곳만 가요, 사람들이. 스페인도 막 그 란조로테라거나 뭐 그랜드 캐네리안 and
there's just particular holiday. They get these package holidays, and there's particular destinations, and there's resorts, and they book everything together, and they go to foreign countries, but they stay within their same group. And yeah.
패키지. 그래서 패키지 여행을 주로 그래서 영어 사람들, 아일랜드 사람들이 많이 가는 데가 너무 정해져 있어요. 그래가지고 그런 데만 다니고 영어 소통으로 좀 잘 될 만한 곳만 다니고 아일랜드 사람들도 미국, 영국 이런 데 의외로 여행 많이 하고 호주, 뉴질랜드 다른 데 가는 거 좀 걱정하는 사람들도 있고 뭐 약간 그렇게 다녀요. 그쵸. 이거 진짜 저도 엄청 부러웠어요. 좀 태어나자마자 무조건 영어 선생님이라도 할 수 있는 they can just teach English if they can do anything. 그래서 캐리님, I'm going to go to Brighton to relax and study English, and I hope I do exercise and on a diet. Can I do that? Because he's not sure what is like their diet.
It's a bit unhealthy. I think you found that out.
근데 이게 솔직히 만약에 혼자 살면 in my opinion, if you live alone, their vegetables and fruits are so cheap, much cheaper than here. So you can actually go for healthier diet. I found it here in Korea. Vegetables and fruits are very, very expensive, and you have to think, can I eat this for breakfast? or 진짜 비싸요. 그래서 오히려 그렇게 혼자서 요리를 해먹는다면 훨씬 싸고 건강하게 먹을 수 있어요. 아보카도, blueberries, strawberries, 그냥 모든 게 다 여기보다 싸요. 왜 그런지 모르겠는데, but in my case, I live with other people. I did volunteer work. Also, when I worked, I was provided this food and accommodation, and then I just felt like I had to eat something more because I don't get paid enough, but I can get food for free, so I just eat a lot. 제가 그 숙식을 제공 받으면서 일을 할 때는 왠지 내가 돈을 안 받는데, 돈을 저 되게 적게 받는데, 이거 음식은 무료로 제공을 받으니까 이거라도 먹어야지. 그러면서 거기에 있는 거를 진짜 엄청 많이 먹고, 막 원래는 잼 이런 것도 별로 안 좋아했었는데 그런 거 막 엄청 발라 먹고, 디저트는 무조건 먹고 케이크 같은 거, 그러다 보니까 살이 엄청 쪘어요. 그때 막 제가 다른 데서 얘기한 적이 있는데, 그래가지고 하기 나름. It really depends on you. And first, not E, both I think both start with I. That's right. That's correct. We both start with I, introvert, but in my case, my I is 51% and E is 49%. And the next one is Lawrence and I, we have different one. I am N and Lawrence is S.
What is that?
That's MBTI. We go back to that.
Yeah, what's this?
Let's have a look.
Okay, so Sojung has set up on Zoom. So,
no, it's not working.
It didn't work. So you can't share your screen.
No.
Okay, so you can search anywhere.
MBTI 16 personality in English. 이게 MBTI를 라렌스는 뭔지 몰라가지고 he doesn't know what that is. So we are going to search. Does it say intuition and S censure?
Observance. That'd be me.
Why is S though?
S, I don't know. Maybe they ran out of letters.
Yes, observance is S, and then mine is N, and then mine is F, and Lawrence is T.
What's T?
T is thinking.
Okay.
And J is judging.
Is that me?
Yeah, but we will see. We will see later.
I don't think I'd be judging.
And what is the most popular sports in your country? In our
There's
don't
so
ask
many.
me. Don't ask this question. He's so into.
There's so many sports.
그거에 대해서 밤새 얘기할 수도 있어요. 스포츠 좋아해가지고.
Okay, so I'll start with the sports that I'm not really interested in. That would be probably horse racing and golf. So then other sports, probably the biggest would be, so we have Gaelic games. So they're Irish games. So they were, invented in Ireland, and they're really only played in Ireland and small pockets of Irish communities in different parts of the world, like America, maybe UAE, Australia, where the Irish people have immigrated. So those sports would be called Gaelic football and hurling. Gaelic football is like a mixture of rugby and soccer. Hurling is similar, but instead of a ball that's like a soccer ball, they use a very small ball, and every player has a stick that can hit the ball with the stick. So that's a very unique game, hurling. If anyone wants to look that up, it spells Hurling. So we have Gaelic football, we have Gaelic hurling. Soccer is a big game, like it is all over the world, or most countries. And rugby is very big, rugby union. And really, there's only a few countries that are good at rugby. So in Europe, you would have Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, France, and Italy.
I think you can just look.
Well, there's only a few, so I can say. Then there's also Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. But Japan are good at rugby as well. So, yeah, I think rugby, Gaelic games, and soccer, as well as golf and horse racing.
그래서 홀스레이싱, 말 경기장 되게 많고요. 골프 많이 치죠. 그리고 이제 게일릭, 풋볼, 헐링 그런 거는 여기 없는 거. 그래서 아일랜드 원래 영국이 풋볼이라고 하잖아요. 그리고 이제 미국, 캐나다 이런 데서 이제 사커이라고 하는데 아일랜드에는 게일릭 풋볼이라는 게 있다 보니까 풋볼은 약간 그 풋볼이고 여기에서는 또 오히려 그냥 사커라고 해요. 그리고 그 게일릭 풋볼은 약간 축구랑 럭비랑 so football plus rugby 같은 느낌?
Yeah.
그런 게 있는데 엄청 저희 막 매치 그거 경기할 때마다 쫓아다니고 유니폼 입고 엄청 좋아해요 그런 거. 그래서 지금 축구 경기도 막 보러 가고 싶어하고 그러는 거예요. Can you communicate with 소정's parents? Not really.
Very little. So Sojong is my interpreter, and I need my interpreter at all times.
Yeah.
In Korea.
Yeah. 의사소통을 전혀 할 수가 없습니다. 한국말을 못하고 부모님도 정말 그냥 간단한 영어밖에 모르니까 거의 안 돼요. 그래서 네, 제가 항상 통역 역할을 하고 있어요. No worries. Pakistanese wedding.
This is Tehan.
Yeah. Manchester. The wedding is in Manchester, and the wedding is in the evening. I see. Very good.
Very good. And actually, while we're talking about sport and Teha, while you're over in the UK, I don't know if you've seen a rugby game yet. So it might be good to watch your rugby game as well.
It's very painful to watch.
It's funny because rugby is a sport that looks really sore to play. They tackle so hard, and the players actually they're on top of each other for most of the game.
Yeah.
But rugby is refereed very closely, even though it looks like what they're doing is very dangerous. There is very strict rules in the way they do things. So it looks dangerous, but it's really technical. But then soccer, it doesn't have as much rules, and it can be even more dangerous. So
I see.
yeah.
In Lawrence's opinion, 럭비가 굉장히 dangerous하게 보이지만 그렇게 하는 데에도 다 규칙이 있는 거래요. 그 on top of each other 이렇게 딱 이렇게 보면은 거의 다 막 이렇게 막 하고 있고 이렇게 올라가 있고 이런 건데 그런 거에도 다 룰이 있다. 오히려 사커에 룰이 없고 더 dangerous 할 수 있다. 뭐 그런 얘기를 했어요. 근데 저는 제가 그 척수마비 환자 그거 일했었잖아요. When I was working for spinal cord injuries, one of my clients actually injured by rugby. 그 럭비 경기하다가 이거 이렇게 부상당해가지고 완전 다 여기 아래로 마비된 환자가 있었어요.
Because they lift the players
나이도
up.
어렸는데 그래서 되게 스포츠 하다가 그렇게 되신 분이 사실 되게 많아서 위험할 수가 있고 근데 또 우리가 그렇다고 해서 위험하다고 해서 그런 스포츠를 안 하는 건 아니잖아요. 저 그때 환자들 보면 말 타다가 말에서 떨어져서 그리고 스노우보딩 하다가 뭐 럭비 배에서 이렇게 다이빙 했는데 그 바다 또 샌드백에 이렇게 다 해가지고 부러진 사람 근데 뭐 또 졸업식에 자기 기분 좋다고 막 하다가 분수대에 다이빙을 했대요. 그래서 막 한 사람 계단 안에서 떨어진 사람 그래서 우리가 어떻게 보면 이렇게 너무 건강한 게 당연하게 생각하고 있지만 그런 사례들을 보면 아니라는 생각이 막 들었어요. I was just explaining about how my clients were injured in general normal life. And 이띵님, I like Guinness and watching your live. I'm drinking it with crisps. Perfect. We should have Guinness next time, maybe. Or like zero.
I remember Teha left a Guinness in her fridge. Teha, I can't remember what happened with that Guinness.
그쵸. 캐리님, 홈스테이로 가려고 하는데, he is going to Brighton with homestay. And he doesn't like vegetables and fruits. And he's taking this powder, like protein powder, I suppose. And then he might change his eating habit, diet habit. 네, I recommend you. 바꾸는 거를 추천을 드립니다. 어쨌든 파우더가 케미컬이라서
This is the person who's trying to lose weight. Is it?
Yeah. 근데 제가 최근에 어떤 책을 읽었는데 I read a book recently. It was about who recovered from cancer. 암을 극복한 사람 책을 읽었는데 before she had this cancer, she had very strict diet, like vegetarian, and she doesn't eat this and very strict diet before she had the cancer, because she was very stressed, just what to eat, what not to eat, to think about it. But actually, after she recovered and she realized that's not an important thing. The most important thing is how you feel about the food when you eat. So at the end, it doesn't really matter. 네. 그래서 그냥 그 암에 걸렸던 분이 자기가 엄청 막 채식주의자에다가 엄격하게 되게 막 이거는 뭐 유기농만 찾아다니면서 그렇게 막 먹었대요. 식습관을 엄청 신경 썼는데 그래도 암에 걸렸던 거예요. 그래서 이분이 뭐 어떤 치유법이 좋다고 해서 이것도 찾았다가 저것도 찾았다가 막 이런 거 별거 다 하다가 그래도 이 암이 엄청 심했는데 뭐 결국에는 치유를 하고 나서 깨달은 게 그런 게 별로 하나도 중요하지가 않다. 초콜릿도 먹고 지금은 먹을 거 다 먹는데 내가 그걸 먹을 때 기분 이거 뭐 그런 게 중요하다. 약간 이런 내용이었어요. And my eye is 100%. Wow. But I've been salesperson, so it's hard to time for 8 years. I can imagine. Actually, my MBTI was ISTJ before I went to the UK. That's very typical for Korean. Actually, Lawrence is ISTJ, which he doesn't know himself, but ISTJ, but I changed to INFJ. Oh, salesperson. I can imagine that's really hard. First, in Australia, working holiday people from England and yeah, they can be a teacher. And working holiday people from Korea learn English to teacher who from England working holiday people. Ah, I see. 그쵸. 맞아요. In Australia. 그런 게 있죠. 님, I love dessert, especially scones, cakes, and so on. Scone is one of the reason I want to go to the UK. Scones with coated cream and strawberry jam, perfect. Oh. In fact, scones. What do you think about the scones?
I think they're nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like scones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dessert in the UK is good too. A
Yeah.
lot of options here in Korea, which is nice as well. We went to a place where they do the snowflake.
설빙.
We were talking about that they don't really have that kind of dessert in Ireland or the UK. I don't think, and that's interesting. The reason they don't, but I suppose in general we don't have as many warm days.
Yeah.
In Ireland and the UK, maybe that's why.
Yeah, we went to 설빙. I really love this snowflake. 빙수. 빙수를 뭐로 번역을 하는 게 되게 뭘까 하는데 약간 그게 snowflake 그 눈 그것처럼 생겨가지고 그렇게 얘기하는데 snowflake 아이스크림 뭐 약간 이런 식으로. 근데 그거 먹으면서 while we are eating, 왜 이런 거는 거기 없을까? 별로 없을까? 물론 지금은 영국에는 생겼다고 듣긴 했어요. 그래서 막 이거 너무 맛있는데 둘이 감탄을 하면서 근데 거기에는 우선 날씨가 별로 덥지가 않아서 the weather isn't really hot to have that kind of thing. That's our conclusion. I'm not sure. And mixed soccer with 이거 아까 얘기한 거군요.
That's Gaelic football.
Yeah, Gaelic football. You must go to 과천, where the biggest horse racing is open. We don't really like races.
Yeah, we're not really really into racing or horses. But yeah, thanks. We'll keep that in mind. If we're near the place, we'll have a look. Definitely.
Yes.
Another thing about the sport, we were talking about dangerous sports.
Yeah.
And Gaelic football. If you look at Gaelic football, it can be more dangerous than soccer. I think a lot more dangerous than soccer.
Definitely.
Maybe even as dangerous, if not more dangerous than rugby. But they are all amateur players, which means they don't get paid. It's not their job. It's not their full-time job. They have normal jobs. So they play this game, very dangerous game, very intense atmosphere.
Yeah.
And a lot of players get injured. And in the end, they have to go to work to pay their bills. So, yeah, so anyone who looks up Gaelic football should keep that in mind.
Gaelic football이 사실 굉장히 dangerous한 게임인데 그게 그 사람들은 아마추어 선수들이라서 다 다른 자기만의 직업이 또 있어요. 선생님, 뭐 경찰, 다른 직업이 있는데 그거를 이제 또 경기를 하는 거예요. 근데도 이제 부상당하고 약간 그런 거. 되게 위험해 보여요, 진짜. 한번 보시면. Hello, 동희 is here.
Oh, hello.
It's first time to watch your YouTube live. Oh, I see. I supposed to join earlier. Has been past 1 hour already. Yeah, it's been an hour already. Yes, that's right. Haven't? Oh, did you work today? How are you? Uh, First, is there many vegan restaurant or vegan options? Yes.
Yeah, in Ireland there is there's plenty of vegan restaurants, but something I've noticed, I think in general there's a lot more restaurants in Korea than there is in Ireland. But yeah, the people are definitely more conscious of vegan
and
and vegetarian kind of things.
There are a lot more options for vegan and vegetarian in Europe, definitely. I found here in Korea, it's kind of difficult to find vegetarian options. Yeah, and vegan is very hard, I think. Yeah, how I feel when I eat is very important. That's right. And I think Lawrence may find what it's the MBTI after this. I think so.
Yeah, I'll have to look again. I'll have to refresh.
And I heard rugby players can have brain problems that make them depressed because they get lots of impacts in the game and makes brain like that. So some kill themselves because of depression. Oh,
That's
really?
not good.
Oh,
not nice at all. I think we probably talked enough about sport in this video, so I think we'll probably move on from the sport.
Lawrence, you kind of sounds, it looks different when you talk about the sport and the MBTA. Yeah, definitely. 진짜 스포츠 얘기는 밤새 할 수 있어요. 스포츠 혹시 좋아하는 사람만 나중에 따로 모아서 한번 해야 될 것 같아요. 축구 얘기하면 장난 아니고 프리미어리그 이런 거 있잖아요. 장난 아니에요. Yes. 태야, I watch rugby too. I was curious. Did you drink all the stouts after coming to England? Sojourn's food and Guinness are still the best. Lawrence is blessed. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed with the food. I have to say, Sojourn's cooking is very nice. I think Sojourn maybe got that last Guinness that was in the fridge.
Actually, I had it. I drank. 제가 기네스 마셨습니다. 태학은. 근데 펍에서 먹는 게 확실히 달라서, 그죠? 생맥을 아일랜드에 혹시 가시면 기네스 생맥 아니면 그 공장에서 가면 또 맛이 공장에서 바로 내려서 먹는 거 저 안 가봤는데 훨씬 더 맛있다고 합니다. I worked today. I came back. 동희. I worked today and came back a few minutes ago. But tomorrow is my day off. I will enjoy this tonight. Okay, that's right. That's good. That's good. How was your work and how was your day? 정모를 하시죠. 스포츠 얘기하는 정모? 뭐 그런 거 해도 되겠다. 그쵸? 스포츠 만약에 영어 실력을 늘리고 싶으신데 스포츠도 좋아하시다면 라렌스와 함께 얘기를.
How was that?
If someone loves sports and also want to practice English, and then they can talk to you.
Very easily. And actually, if anyone wants to, maybe I can do translate some articles about sport if anyone wants to do that.
Translate to how? You cannot translate to.
Well, not translate, but if anyone can't read the English,
I see.
Yeah, I can explain.
네, 스포츠를 사랑하시는 분들은 나중에 따로 모이는. 태양, what are you going to do tomorrow? What are we going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow is Sunday.
Sunday, we don't really have plans for tomorrow, do we?
Yeah. To be honest, I'm working every day. Yeah. So
there's a lot of stuff that you want to catch up with. I think you had a project you were working on. On me, I finished my exams 2 weeks ago, and I'm still trying to to work off the weight. So I'm going to get in some exercise. I still have some things to study, and I have a couple of books that I want to read. So yeah.
So we went to a library today, and we borrowed some books, and he got studying Korean book today, and I got some books as well. So yeah, we will just take it easy. Just read the book and do some exercise.
Next week we're going into Seoul. You're going to isn't
maybe
it next week
yeah.
your meeting?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yes, tomorrow.
Yeah.
What about you, Taeyeon? What are you going to do tomorrow? 익딩님, 영문법 잘 지키고 있나요? 처음에 있잖아요. In the beginning, when you practice English, don't worry too much about the grammar, because if someone can understand, that's all that matter in the beginning. Because if you are concerning about grammar, you are very hard to say something. You will find difficult to say something. You'll be thinking about, oh, is that right to say? Am I wrong? Am I right? Then it makes really harder to speak out. So we can understand. We can understand you. Don't worry. And
I think that's it, really, isn't it? Some people can maybe be afraid of making mistakes and not do things because of it. But when the main thing about language is that people know what the message you're trying to put across.
Yes.
Maybe sometimes you might not be saying things in the perfect way, but as long as people understand, that's the main thing. And I think in Ireland and the UK and say English-speaking countries, probably anywhere where there's a foreigner that doesn't speak the language, a lot of the time, if you get the message across, people probably won't correct you. So you do still have to keep studying yourself and keep listening, because if you say something and it's not correct, people understand you, you're going to keep saying that, and then you will have it in your mind, and it's very hard to learn the right way to say things. So yeah, I think keep studying, but don't be afraid of making mistakes. That's, I think, the main point.
Yes. 얼마나
That's what I need to do with Korean now.
알아들으셨는지 모르겠지만 제가 딱 지금 대부분 괜찮은데 그런 거 있잖아요. 제가 물어봤어요. 예를 들어 do you working? 이거 잘못됐으면 am I working? 약간 이렇게 사람들이 바꿔서 말을 해줘요. 다시 한번. 그러니까 너 말은 you mean? 이러면서 다시 말을 해주는 사람도 있거든요. 확인하기 위해서. 그런 거를 조금 잘 들으시고 너무 걱정은 안 하셔도 될 것 같아요. I love Liverpool FC, so I've been in Liverpool to watch the game. Wow, I see. So this person has been to Liverpool. What did you think about Liverpool? Did you like the place, or did you go to the place, the Beatles Museum, or anything like that?
I think Liverpool has a very distinct accent.
Oh yes,
they
definitely.
talk in a very distinct way.
Did you recognize their accent? Liverpool, they have very strong accent.
And even though Liverpool and Manchester are close to each other, they're still very distinct from each other.
Yeah, you will just see this. Yeah. I also have a friend from Liverpool, and then when he speaks, you just know that he's from Liverpool. Yeah.
Liverpool. Manchester.
동휘, have we ever fought because of the language? When you have to have deep conversation, the culture-wise and the word-wise, if you don't understand each other, and the conflict you cannot overcome or something like that.
Not really, but I think the worst part is Korean isn't really translated too well when it's written down. And yeah, I think sometimes you can write things and they can be very different when you translate it on Google Translate, this kind of thing. So Sojung has ran into problems with people translating her Korean, which wasn't what she actually wrote. But because other languages translate to English easier, because they have the same alphabet, people think that it's accurate. But because Korean has a different alphabet, sometimes the way Google Translate works isn't as accurate. And yeah, Sojung had a problem with that once. But not with me.
네, 괜찮은가요? 저희는 we can have deep conversation, no problem. And we can kind of, we can explain the culture and other differences. Sometimes you just have to find different way to speak, like giving an example. Yeah.
I think in terms of deep conversations, Sojung's background, having studied psychology, and I think Sojung always wanted to be able to have deep conversations, and I think she's always aware of that. But I can see your point that it could easily cause conflict if things aren't expressed in the way they're meant, and there is confusion. And I can see what you mean, but
I think I can remember something.
Okay. I can't remember.
It's not we don't really like fight because of that, but there was kind of misunderstood, like like I would say like, oh, you should do this, and then you didn't like it, something like that.
Okay, that's probably a long time ago. I can't remember that.
약간,
okay, so maybe you were telling me that I should, like, pushing me to do something, but you didn't really mean it like that. Is that what you say? Okay, yes. I can't remember though.
그런 거 있잖아요. 그러니까 이 조동사가 되게 미묘한 차이가 있단 말이에요. should는 막 뭐뭐 해야 된다. have to 완전 의무적이고, 뭐 could have done it, 뭐 should have done it. 약간 이렇게 미묘한 차이들이 있는 거를 제가 그런 거를 잘 구분을 안 했었어요. 그 그래머 유즈 공부하기 전에. 그래머 그랬을 때 약간 이 원어민 입장에서는 이게 왜 이렇게 나한테 명령하지? 왜 이렇게 약간 이렇게 받아들일 수가 있는데 이제 성격이 좀 괜찮아서 그냥 이렇게 좋게 막 이거 왜 이렇게 강요하는 거야? 약간 이렇게 좋게 말이 돼요. 그래서 그렇게 갈등이 있거나 그런 적은 없고 대신 다른 사람이 제 거를 번역해서 보고 약간 좀 그런 적은 있었어요. 이띵님, do I have an English name? No, I don't have one. 네, I just use 소장. Yes. And which team are in support? Do you have
mainly Gaelic football? If you're talking about a team, so in Gaelic football, and I'm sorry that I'm talking about sport again. In Gaelic football, because it's amateur, they don't buy players for clubs, so you have to play where you are from. And yeah, so I'd support my local team.
Maybe Premier League?
Premier League, maybe Manchester United, but they're not doing very good. I won't talk about them.
원래 맨체스터 유나이티드 서포트 했었는데 요즘에 좀 별로고 경기도 보러 간 적이 있었더라고요. 그래서 아니고 보통 그 게일릭 풋볼을 가장 서포트 해서 자기 지역 그거 서포트해요. 태영님, I'm going to 강화문 because I have to shoot a video for the campaign I'm joining. Question for me. 대외 활동을 영어로 뭐라고 해야 될까요? 대외 활동. The project in university. So something activity they have to do
Mhm.
outside of university.
Mhm.
What do you think you can call for that? I guess like project for
Oh, he's trying to. Is it? It's Taeyong.
yeah.
So he's trying to find a word for something that you do when you're in university,
Yeah, but it's
but
not in the
it's not
university.
in the university.
It's maybe for organization or something else.
Is it like an internship?
It's not very. It's not exactly.
I think it's
internship.
either work experience or an internship.
International activity.
I think it's when you gain experience in the real world, like workplace, but you're still in the university. So maybe you do that for a certain number of weeks or months.
Oh yeah, but that's different. It's
That's
just
different. Okay.
one just project, like project activity.
Hmm.
Or I would say just project or activity. Outside project, outside activities. For 어떤 기관? 대외 활동하는 기관을 얘기하면서 그렇게 얘기할 것 같아요. She's going to shoot a video in 광화문. 광화문 is we went to this palace in Seoul.
Oh,
that
okay.
area.
Okay.
Very good, interesting. What kind of video you have to shoot? 듣기는 잘해요. 말을 못해서. 그럼 말하는 연습을 하시면 돼요. 지금 많이 쓰시면 될 것 같아요. Someone said, can listen well, but hard to speak. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That's the main thing.
That's really main thing. When I go to the UK and talk in English, should I ask immediately the words or sentence which I don't know?
No, I think what you should do is, first of all, make sure you can get your message across. So when you're comfortable that when you speak to someone, they understand what you want or what you need. That's the main thing. I think then you're going to be in contact with some of the people more regularly. Some of the people you're going to see more often. So maybe those people, after a certain time, you can say, "Am I speaking? Am I speaking well, or am I making mistakes? And please, if I make a mistake, will you let me know?" So you can say that to the people that you talk to regularly, but I wouldn't say it to someone I just meet once and never see again. I just would make sure that they understand what I want, and whatever situation it is resolved.
Yes. So I wouldn't ask everyone, am I speaking right? Like that. But if you get to know someone
over time,
then you can ask for correction. Close friends or housemates, whoever. And Liverpool has only football and Beatles only. I was very disappointed the city. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's interesting. And me and Sojung were out walking just before this class or this live stream, and Sojung said this area people are drinking. There's a lot of bars and bars and restaurants, and Sojung mentioned that in Korea, when people go drinking, they normally have food. They normally eat, so it's normally like restaurant, bar. But in the UK and Ireland, there's a big culture with drinking. People go out to drink. And I think Liverpool would be one of those places that would have a very strong drinking culture. And there would be a lot of pubs, and people would be in the pubs. And yeah, that's probably where most of the activity is really in the UK. Which isn't the best, really,
Mm. Yeah, if you like beer and drink, England and Ireland is good, but it's expensive to drink in the pub. But I liked Liverpool. I like the Liverpool. They have like park, big nice big park. Yeah, but you have to have the nice weather, definitely.
I think anywhere in the UK and Ireland is nice, is good when
Yeah.
the weather is nice. But it's just that it's not as often that it's nice as maybe other parts of the world.
Mm,
But when it is nice, it's very good.
yeah. Uh, I think the Gaelic football players' wife don't like that the game because they don't want for their husband to be broken ribs and stuff. Possibly.
We can just agree with that comment.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, do I need to make an English name if I go to UK? My Korean name is Koon. So I'm worried about people here. It as a gun. Plus, what do you think, Koon?
I think I saw we were in contact with a Korean when we were in Limerick recently, and his name was Bin. Now, for I saw the name and I asked Sojung to. I saw people were making fun of the name, so I wasn't sure if whether he knew or whether he liked people making fun of his name. So I told Sojung just to let him know why they were making fun of his name. So in the UK and Ireland, the word bin is used for like a trash can. I think in America, Koreans normally learn American English, and I think you would say trash can. So in the UK and Ireland, you would say bin. So when Sojung told that person that people were making fun of his name because his name was basically trash can, he said he didn't realize. So it
But
is
what about Koon? Can you pronounce it?
Goan.
And do you think they can be confused
Goan.
with gone?
Gone. They could say like I'm going, or she's going. Where are you going? But no, I don't think it's like bin. It's not like that. Yeah, I think with a name that's maybe not as familiar as what they hear all the time, they could make some small jokes, but I don't think that name is too.
That's her, I think, original name.
Yeah, I don't think Goen is such the kind of name that you need to change. I don't think so.
Yeah, so she might not need an English name.
Yeah.
So, English name, let's talk about it. My name is actually kind of tricky to pronounce this tongue part. But I just wanted to keep it because if I was called by something else, that doesn't just feel like me.
Yeah, I do think it's better to keep with your name. Let the other culture adapt to you, because like someone said earlier, how good it is to be able to go to different countries and speak, the same language and not have to worry about language as much when you go to a different country. I think it's better that you let those people adapt to your name. Yeah, I think that's better anyway. And like another thing is the Irish language. So Ireland has its own language.
There too.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. So Ireland does have its own language, but it is kind of dying away. Only a small few pockets of the country speak the language, but there are actually a lot of English names that come from the Irish language and are still spelt with the Irish spelling, and even some people in England are confused. But the Irish people still stick with their name, and they tell them this is how it's spelled. So I think the Korean people should be the same.
음,
Mm.
네. Personally, when native speaker English teacher, they actually give English name to the students,
Mm.
especially like young students,
Mm.
because I think they're just lazy to learn new names. So they just all change. Oh, this is like Peter, this is James, and this is who and who. I think it's bit, I don't know. Personally, I don't really like that kind of way.
Yeah, and I think as well, um, I've seen some people coming from in Europe, maybe come from Eastern Europe, and they're clearly not Irish. They're not from Ireland, and might not even have learned very good English, but they call them, like Sean or John or Johnny or David or Dave or whatever, and they kind of think that it's funny. So they're kind of making fun of them by calling them a common name when they know they're not from the place. So stick with your own name, I think is better.
이거는 뭐 저희 생각이니까 it's just our opinions.
Yeah.
But first of all, 고은님은 gone이라고 들리기보다는 going 이라고 더 들리기가 쉬울 것 같아요. gone이랑은 조금 아닐 것 같은데, 그게 막 제가 이 Lawrence told you about this story. 페이스북에 어떤 분이 bin, 그러니까 미스터 빈을 생각하고 그거를 생각한 것 같은데, 그 쓰레기통이라는 이름을 쓰시는 거예요. 근데 그러니까 영어 이름을 굉장히 잘 정해야 되고요. 만약에 하게 된다면 단어 의미도 잘 봐야 되고, 약간 옛날 이름이라는 게 있어요. Mary, Susan, old names. 그래서 막 20대가 엘리자베스 약간 이런 거 있잖아요. 그런 거 이름을 가지면 또 약간 이상하게 느껴지는 것도 있어요. 그래서 이름을 먼저 정할 때는 잘 정해야 되는데, 솔직히 제가 만약에 영어 이름을 불렸다면 저는 그게 제가 별로 아닐 것 같다는 생각이 들어서 저는 제 이름을 고집을 했고, 영국 사람들이 다 너는 영어 이름 없니? 이렇게 뭐 물어보는 거예요. 그래서 난 없어. 그러면 결국에는 제 이름을 다 부를 수 있어요. They all can call my name, right?
Yeah.
이렇게 소정이라고도 안 해도 뭐 소청, 뭐 이렇게 비슷하게 다 similar, but that's okay. That's not a problem. 그렇게 부르기 때문에 솔직히 고은이라는 이름은 막 그렇게 어렵지는 않은 것 같거든요. 그리고 Lawrence said, let other people to adopt you too. 왜 우리가 이름을 또 영어로만 다 바꿔줘야 되냐. 문화를 이제 지금 저 글로벌한 시대에서 내 이름 정도는 내 이름을 써서 그 사람들도 받아들이게끔 하는 거, 저는 나쁘지 않아요. 이거는 저의 그냥 생각이에요. 그냥 한번 생각을 해보시고요. My aunt doesn't like football. Their husband get injured to be broken several ribs. He was in hospital for a few months. I see. Oh.
Not nice.
I see. 맞아요. We agree with that. Just asking for the grammar. My aunt doesn't like football. Her husband got injured. Got injured. Her husband got injured.
Where is this? Injured
or broken. Her husband broken.
My aunt doesn't like football. Her husband got injured. He broke several ribs. he was in hospital a few months.
Yes, and Taeyong just introducing our team and historic museum. Aha, I see. So it's normally he is doing this activity himself, but tomorrow is a teamwork. I see. 대한민국 바로 알림단 그런 게 있군요. 그 단어, 그러니까 한국말을 할 때 꼭 한국말 대외 활동 이런 거에 너무 집착을 하지 말고 어떤 단어에 집착을 하지 말고 이거를 풀어서 얘기한다고 생각을 해보세요. 그래서 I'm doing this project for 뭐 introducing Korea or introducing museum 이런 식으로 그렇게 얘기해도 되고요. 한국에는 있는데 그 나라에는 없는 것들도 생각보다 많아서 그냥 어떤 건지 이렇게 설명하는 그 단어를 꼭 다 알아야 되는 건 아니어서 네, 그렇게 하면 될 것 같고요. Thank you for your opinion about the correction. Okay, no problem. How do you think which one is the better in the UK? 형진 or Michael? English name.
What's the most common male name in Korea? Or one of the most common male names in Korea?
I
like
am
a David or a Michael or John
sure.
in the UK.
I think different generation have different names on they.
Well,
don't they?
just pick one. Pick any.
여러분, 한국 사람들 가장 흔한 한국 남자 이름이 뭐죠? Very old generation we have like 철수, 영희, but that's very too old.
Okay, so you said Young-hee, is it?
That's too
Young-hee.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's for women, girls.
Well, I asked you for a male name.
I just said that.
What's the male name?
가장 흔한 남자 이름이 뭘까요? 민수?
Minsu. Okay, so
철수.
Minsu. So if I can, if while I'm in Korea, if I say, "Don't call me Lawrence, call me Minsu," what would you think? I think you could laugh at me. So I prefer what's the name?
Hyungjin?
Hyungjin. Yeah, I'd go with Hyungjin. Sun Hyung-min, he hasn't changed his name.
형진이 형이어서 조금 어렵긴 하겠는데 아니면 그냥 진? 약간 이런 거? What about just using like the last name 진?
I would keep it the exact same
형진?
way. I keep it the exact same way as in Korea. That's what I would do.
그러니까 약간 이런 거죠. 그러니까 라렌스가 한국에 왔는데 제 이름은 민수입니다. 이렇게 말하는 거랑 똑같다고. 그러니까 마이클이 너무 많거든요. 그 영국에. 영국에. 영국에도 그렇고 아일랜드도 마이클이 너무 많은데 그런 거죠. 그래서 더 기억이 잘 남을 수도 있으려나? 근데 아까 잠깐 알아들으셨는지 모르겠지만 아일랜드에 이제 폴란드 사람, 이렇게 동유럽 사람이 많다고 했잖아요. 근데 아일랜드가 아일랜드식의 이름이 있어요. Irish names like Sean. 근데 그 사람들이 그런 사람들이 이제 다른 나라에서 온 게 뻔한데 그런 이름을 가지고 있으면 막 비웃고 놀린다는 거예요. 오히려. 그래서 되도록이면 그냥 내 이름을 keep 하는 게 좋지 않을까 하는 저희의 생각. 네. 민수, 현재, 철수, 상엽? 근데 좀 어렵다, 그죠? 약간 그런 네임들이 most Korean boys common name. I got it. And is it weird that I'm using Frances, my baptismal name, as my English name?
Francesca, as my English name.
Francesca?
Baptismal name. I think if you have another name and you find it easy, you like that name, you find it easier, that's okay. I don't think it's weird.
Francesca,
It's a nice name.
is yeah,
it's a nice English name.
maybe it's no, I don't know.
No, it's
okay.
That's a nice name.
괜찮다고 하네요, 프란시스카. 그게 세례명이고 그러면 like too old or not suits. This isn't English, is it?
Francesca. Could it be like Italian or something? But no, it's I have heard the name Francesca.
And you don't think it's old or not suits?
I don't know if actually I think I did. I think I've heard of Francesca in our local area, and yeah, I think it's an okay name. It's not a very common name, but it's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But like I prefer just to keep with my own name. But if you do have a connection to another name and you want to use that name, then you can go ahead.
I see. 그래서 이렇게 커넥션이 있으면 괜찮은 것 같은데 네임으로 무난한 것 같은데 네 그냥 own name을 쓰는 것도 not too bad. I got it, your season.
Genius.
뭐 어떤 파트였는지 모르겠지만 우디님, 우디 is here. 우디님 안녕하세요.
Hello, Woody. Nice to meet you. Thank you for watching Sojung's channel.
Thanks a lot. No worries. Can you speak Irish? I never heard of it.
Kunasatatu Teha.
No,
or Taeyong. Taeyong. Sorry, I'm getting names confused.
Teha.
Kunasatatu Taeyong. That means, how are you, Taeyong? On will to gama. Are you good?
그렇답니다. My religion name is Stefanos. How about it? 스테픈 많이 쓰는 것 같은데.
Stefanos. I'd be more familiar with Stephanie.
Yeah.
But Stefanos, is that a male or female?
남자죠? Male?
Male, well, for short, people could say Steve or Stephen, Stephanos. But Stephanos is okay. It actually sounds like it's Greek or something. Stephanos. It sounds Greek to me. And if someone from Greece came to Ireland, I'd expect they'd use their own name.
제가 미국인 중에서는 American, they use like Stevens or Stephens.
Steve, I'd say. Or
Steve?
Yeah, but no, Stephanos.
Stephanos 약간 이탈리안 느낌인가?
No problem.
이탈리안? 그리스? 그런 느낌인데 네. 그냥 원래 이름이 낫지 않을까 하는 생각? Taeya's friend's name is Yesol.
Yesol. Is that Korean?
Yes.
Okay.
And then British people heard friends, they thought it's like a swearing word. How?
Say it again. What is
Yesol.
it? Yesol.
So she's using now soul.
I think that person maybe listens to people swearing too much. I can see what they mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Yesol.
It says Esol.
Yeah, but they're making that up a little bit.
Yes.
I think that depends on who you're talking to be honest.
Yeah, one word is not too bad.
Yeah.
Not bad idea.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. Moment fleeting name. It's the first time to see me. Okay. Thank you very much. 밝고 좋은 사람 같아요. 신대문처럼 밝은 느낌. 감사합니다. 스테파노. 괜찮은데 근데 한국 사람이 스테파노 뭐 약간 영어 이름 가지고 있으면 저는 그냥 안 어울린다는 느낌이 받아요. 그래서 그냥 더 끌리는 이름으로 네, 가세요. 캐리님, 시냇물처럼 맑은 느낌. So I look like very bright, like stream. And I look like
You look bright.
bright
Okay.
and like a stream.
Very nice.
And you are like a big ocean.
Okay.
That's good. I think that's good. Thank you.
Thought you were going to call me something different there for a second. So.
And Catholic. He's Catholic too.
Yeah, I'm Catholic.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Lawrence is Catholic too.
I don't go to mass every week, and I didn't.
미사는 안 가지만.
I didn't when I was in Ireland. Well, I did when I was younger, and we went to mass in a Catholic church just before we came to Korea. But maybe I would go a couple of times a year, maybe 2-3 times a year. But I do say my prayers every night.
Yeah.
For like 2 minutes or a minute when I go to bed.
Yeah. 미사를 mass라고 하잖아요. 그래서 he doesn't really go to the mass, but we had a wedding in the church, Catholic church. 성당에서 어제 저희 결혼식 했고요. 저는 아닌데, 네, 저는 종교가 딱히 없어요. 근데, 네, 스테파니아군요. 웃자고 한 거였군요. 네. Do you use swan as a name? Maybe not.
I've never heard swan. Is this person called Swan? Swan is the name of a bird, obviously. Swan. So I've heard someone with a nickname, Swanee. I'm not even sure where that comes from. Swan. No, I haven't heard that name on a person. But if that was your actual name, then why not?
그게 자기 진짜 이름이면 뭐 그럴 수 있겠지만 그 스완 이름을 들어본 적은 없는 것 같고요. 쓰기에는 조금 만약에 지금 쓰려고 한다면 그 새 이름이잖아요. 백조. 그래서 별로지 않을까? 문득이님, is Eric Clapton famous in your country?
Yeah, I think Eric Clapton was a guitar player. I think he was a guitar player. I'm not too interested in that kind of thing, but yeah, the name is definitely very familiar. And it
must be famous.
Would have been a famous name.
네, 원득이님 이분 좋아하시나 봐요. Do you like the person? And I always want to go to Catholic church every weekend. Can I do that in the UK?
Yeah.
I think so.
The UK is mainly Protestant. And anyone who knows the history or has read the history of Ireland and the UK will realise that the country of the Republic of Ireland is mainly Catholic. The UK is mainly Protestant. And a lot of the time there was a lot of the trouble that was caused during the war was because of religion as well as who owns the country, I suppose.
네.
Yeah.
그래서
So you will find Catholic churches in the UK, but more commonly they will be Protestant. In the Republic of Ireland, it will be mainly Catholic and there will be some Protestant.
네. 그래서 Protestant is 개신교 and Catholic 천주교잖아요. 그래서 영국은 국교가 개신교 프로테스탄트 그리고 아일랜드가 국교가 천주교예요. 그래서 영국에서 천주교 성당을 찾는 건 조금 별로 쉽지 않아요. 개신교를 찾는 것보다 그 개신교 성당 교회를 찾는 것보다 교회보다 성당이 별로 없고 반대로 아일랜드에는 성당이 더 많아요. 90몇 %일걸요? 천주교 신자가. 그래서 근데 성당을 그냥 Catholic Church라고 하고 Cathedral 우리가 사전에 검색하는 그 성당은 대성당을 의미해요. 그래서 천주교 신자면 아일랜드도 괜찮아요. 그게 지금 그래서 북아일랜드 이런 논쟁 같은 게 다 그 종교 문제 있거든요. 네, 그거 혹시 관심 있으시면 그런 거 찾아보시면 그런 것도 재밌어요. I read it in novel as a character's name. Swan. Character's name. I see.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
음,
People can be named anything. Yeah, I suppose in some maybe it was an old-fashioned English name. I've never heard anyone called Swan, but yeah, if it was in a novel. But like nowadays, you have celebrities who are calling children all kinds of names. You know, first one that comes to mind is David Beckham and Brooklyn, which is a place. So just named after a place. Then you think about Elon Musk, and he's named his child as a number, I think. So yeah, you're kind of, I mean, if someone is called Swan, whether they like it or not, they're kind of stuck with it. And I'd be of the opinion to stick with it if that's what you're called. Maybe like in some of these novels as well, a lot of things are made up. So it could be just fictional thing that the person who wrote the novel liked that name and that kind of thing.
노벨에는 사실 you can use any name.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be just real, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, nowadays also there's a lot of celebrities like Elon Musk, David Beckham. They all use their own children's name, something
unusual.
unusual. 그쵸? 그래서 요즘엔 뭐.
And wasn't Michael Jackson? He called his son Blanket.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
마이클 잭슨의 자녀는 블랭켓, 담요라고 이름이 그렇다네요. Caribbean. What is this called? Caribbean's.
Which?
This is in.
Oh, it's in Korean.
Yeah, the actress, the main female character's name was Elizabeth. I see. Swan. Yes.
Oh, second name Swan. Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. That sounds more. That sounds more kind of less unusual.
I see. So do I. I go to Misa, Mass, MASS, isn't it?
Yeah.
미사가 Mass, MASS 영어로 about 4 times in a year. For me, for me and my family's peace. In Christmas, in New Year's, in Easter, in my grandparents' anniversary.
Yeah, I'd be exactly the same.
He will be exactly the same. 여기서 한 가지 그래머 이제 나온 거라서 at Christmas. 그리고
at New Year's or during New Year's.
During New Year's or on New Year's Day. 그 하나 일을 가리키는 on New Year's Day. 뭐 in Easter, that's okay.
At Easter, I'd say.
At
Easter time. You have a few different days.
And on my grandparents' on. 어떤 특정한 날일 때는 on을 쓰는 게 조금 더 grandparents' anniversary. 우리나라에서도 춘자라든가 그러면 좀 옛날 느낌 나잖아요. 영어 이름에도 그런 게 있나요? 우리는 전혀 아니라고 생각하는 것 같아요. 그런 거 있죠. Old English names like you use 40, 90, 40, 50.
First names like Harry, George. Very British, very kind of, what do you call it? Monarchy, not monarchy. What's the, like the Queen? It is monarchy, isn't it? George and David and
Beatrice.
Beatrice.
No.
Yeah, that's a very old-fashioned,
very old
female name.
Yes,
Beatrice. Actually, my grand-auntie was called Beatrice, but they called her B for nickname.
I see. Harry George. Harry George. Mary, Beatrice. 사실 러렌스의 grandaunt 뭐지?
Yeah. Granddad's sister.
granddad sister. 네임이 그거였대요. 그러니까 되게 오래된 거죠. 맞아요. 말자 속자 느낌. 일론 머스크 아들, sons. Yes. This it's about math or something number. I think so. 전치사는 원래 어렵죠. 네, 맞아요. 그냥 익숙해지는 방법밖에 없고 조금씩은 규칙이 있긴 해요. 그런 거 문법책에 잘 설명돼 있으니까 그런 거 조금 보시되 이렇게 자꾸 말을 해보면서 그리고 뭐 TV 그런 거 영어 관련된 거 좀 보시면서 거기에서 어떻게 쓰나 이렇게 보시면 될 것 같아요. 해리포터도 포터네.
Harry George. Where's Harry Potter?
It's in Korean.
Okay.
약간 해리포터.
What did this person say?
I don't know.
The message is
hidden.
held for review.
Yeah. 그쵸. 그리고 what is the popular name in Ireland nowadays?
Irish names, Liam.
Liam.
I think Liam and Oisin. My two nephews.
그쵸.
Or not nephews, cousins. Cousins, my
Liam.
aunts.
Liam.
Liam. Oisin. Oisin.
OIS.
I thought there's an accent there as well.
아일랜드가 아이의 막 악센트도 들어가고 그래요. 그래서
just like in Spanish. Liam Oisin. Connor. Sean.
What about Scott?
Scott is more English, but yes, you have Scott in Ireland.
Yeah. And then Liam Neeson. Yes.
I said
yes.
Connor, and I said
Connor.
Yeah, Sean. You mentioned Sean earlier.
뭐 그런 거. Connor, Sean. Boy's name.
Dahi.
Dahi?
Yeah, that's a real Irish name.
아일랜드 영어 진짜 그 이름 되게 어려워요. 보고 못 읽겠어요. And what about girls?
I think I mentioned Maeve and Saoirse.
Oh my god. 그렇대요. 진짜 이름을 다 들으면 좀 어려워요. Is there slang words?
Someone said spelled Saoirse correctly.
Saoirse.
That's amazing.
어떻게 알았어요? Woody's child. A teacher gave the name Scott. 흔한 이름인 것 같아요, Scott. Very, very common name in England.
Yeah. Maybe from Scotland, I'm not sure.
Yes.
Possibly.
Saoirse. There is an actress.
Yeah, is it Saoirse Ronan, I think?
I see.
Yeah, very famous actress. Yeah. And yeah, she kept her name, even though people were very confused about the spelling.
이 스펠링이 되게 어렵잖아요. 스시 아니고
Saoirse. Yeah.
그리고 what is Dahi?
Dahi.
He cannot spell it.
Daithai. Daithai. Dahi.
Dahi. It's like Korean name Dahi.
Really?
There is Korean name for
That's
them.
interesting.
Yeah. 다희 같다 진짜 그죠 이거는.
Another one. Jermit.
For boy.
Boy.
아하. 네, 그렇답니다. 갑자기 영어 이름으로. 그니까요. 그죠? 다희. We have 다희. 그럼 다희는 아일랜드 가면 아일랜드 이름처럼 들릴 수도 있겠어요. 그죠? So Korean, we have Korean name is Tahi, but that's for girl.
Oh, okay.
어.
That's interesting because my name, Lawrence, in France, it's a girl's name. But in the UK and Ireland, America, it's a boy's name.
아, Lawrence also.
In
다희가
France.
그러니까 다희가 아일랜드에서는 boy's name이래요. 근데 라렌스도 여기서는 이게 남자 여자 약간 중성적인 이름인가 봐요. And Germany? What about Germany? Germany 독일?
What about Germany?
I'm not sure.
Oh, the name Lawrence?
No.
I don't know.
In an interview, she teaches an interviewee how to pronounce her name exactly. Watch it. 아,
Okay.
그렇군요.
Oh, really? Saoirse? I'd say that's what you're talking about. Yeah, that's interesting. And that's an example for the Korean people who are thinking about English names. You should look at that video.
Oh, really?
Well, I haven't seen it. But I'm just saying the attitude
yes.
of keeping your name the way it is.
And wow, all of that sounds really elegant. 그런가요?
I'd say he's talking about, that's Taeyong. I think he's talking about the Irish names. And I'm sorry that I can't think of any more. But
that's okay.
there is plenty more.
아이리시가 네, 이름이 어려워요. 그래서 카페에서 일하면은 그 이름 적어주잖아요. So they write. So when you go to the cafe, you write your name, like a Starbucks. You know, you write your name.
Yeah.
And they find it very tricky.
But when I was in America, I found that people in like Starbucks or any fast food place, when they write your name, I think they make a mistake on purpose with your name.
I don't know.
That's what I thought, because they'd really never spell. Even you could tell them how to spell your name, and they would still.
Maybe they're foreigners.
No, they're Americans. Maybe the education, maybe their problem. I don't know, but it's like they do it on purpose for a joke. I remember when my brother went into Disneyland, he wanted his name on his ticket to keep his ticket as a souvenir.
Yes.
And he was really thinking they're going to spell my name wrong. And I think he really tried his best, but he still came out with the name spelled wrong in the ticket.
But Patrick is.
Yeah, it should be easy, but.
맨날 카페에서나 어디에서나 이름 적어주면 다 스펠링 미스테이크 다 한대요. 그래서 pointless. It's pointless too. 그렇다고 하는군요. What is your children's name? If you have, what do you want? 저희는 우선 we don't have any children.
It would be nice to have a name that, you know, you don't really need to question in either country. That's kind of somewhere in between. A name that makes.
You're very serious.
No, I'm just thinking in general. Like not thinking about kids or whatever. I'm just thinking about names. And it's hard to think of them.
Yes.
But we need to put some thought into that.
Yes. So we don't have any children, but if we have, it must be we can use both country and not confuse. There is no confusion. So if that's daughter, we can go for Tahi. He doesn't like it because it's boy's name.
No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I'm just thinking that, there is a mixture there between male and female. But if we choose it, we choose it. So that's it.
That's it. When I go to England and want to drink Americano, what is its name? Just Americano. Yes, it's Americano. Americano, espresso, cafe latte, they're all the same. Coffee latte, they're cappuccino, vanilla latte, they're all the same. It's English. It's pretty name in Korea, Tahi. I see. Yeah, I agree. So, already?
We're over 2 hours. So yeah, any more questions? We can wait.
원래 라이브 처음이어가지고 1시간만 하면 되나? 약간 이러고 있었거든요. We're just talking about you were not sure if you're staying for a whole time. 아메리카노라고 someone didn't understand this Americano. I see. 이게 그 사람이 못 알아듣는 거는 it's not about pronunciation. It's more likely intonation problem. I think I found it.
Intonation.
Yeah. Intonation. So how can you say Americano?
Americano.
Americano. 약간 카에 조금 강세를 주시면 알아들을 수도 있어요. 우리 보통 아메리카노 약간 이렇게 말하면 발음은 솔직히 별로 다르지 않은데도 불구하고 못 알아들을 때가 있어요. 그거는 강세 때문이에요.
We look better than when we started
Is
the
it Lawrence?
podcast.
Or both of us?
Did I look nervous or anxious or something at the start? I don't know, maybe.
Maybe. No problem. 그쵸.
You're welcome. If you want any more, you can ask.
Maybe next time we can meet. 시간이 좀 늦어져서 2시간도 했고 저희 그러면 또 다음에 오늘 못한 얘기는 love story. We didn't cover. That's it? 그거는 별로 얘기를 하는 걸 좋아하지 않기 때문에 나중에 저희끼리만
Good night.
Good night. See you next time. We very enjoyed the time with you. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
See you, Taeyong.
Bye. Bye, Carrie. Ding for us. Woody, Taeyong. Yes. Thank you. See ya.
Bye.